Hi, I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And welcome to Rediscover, a space where we engage in authentic conversation about life as we grow through it and whatever comes up along the way.
Nothing is off the table here. We talk about the real stuff, the hard stuff, the beautiful moments, and everything under the sun.
Around here, we're always rediscovering, sharing empowering stories, and connecting our hearts and minds with every facet of life.
We invite you to be part of the conversation as we broaden our perspectives, release limitations, and grow to create our most joyful and fulfilling lives together.
So grab a cup of something cozy as we rediscover all the best parts of you
and bring a little magic into your day.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jess.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And welcome back to this month's episode of Rediscover.
Feels so old school to be recording on Zoom.
Yeah,
we haven't done this in a year.
I know. It's been actually, I think May of 2022 was our last episode before we took our hiatus. So yeah, it's been a while. I wish we were in the same place, but
I know. I am still sitting on the floor.
That's good.
I'm not in a closet, although I was like, I'm gonna wear my Parent Trap shirt and I'm gonna record from inside a closet. But then I realized there's no outlet in the closet and there's no way my battery's gonna last the entire time. So to avoid having to like take down and reset up, I'm still sitting on the floor. Disclaimer. We're gonna talk about the shirt in a minute because it's a great story. If you hear any like gnawing sounds in the background, friends, that is my parents' puppy. Her name is Rosie, and I am babysitting her. I don't know, like she's teething right now, right? So she's just getting out her frustration.
She's very cute.
She's very cute. Fluffy. She's my little podcast companion. Since we don't have Penny right now.
Oh, I know. I miss
my pod pal for the evening.
Pod pal, love that.
Yeah.
So cute. Well, let's get restarted. So it is end of May 2023. Mm-hmm. You're going to be listening to this first week of June.
Happy Gemini season, kids.
Happy Gemini season. I can't believe Taurus season is over already because that's my favorite, but I'm 30 now.
Yeah, you are.
Holy cow. That's crazy. Last time I was not. New decade, new me.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel really good. You know, it's been a nice start to the decade. It's kind of been a slow start to the decade. Not that like I was expecting anything big to happen, but I just sort of eased into it, you know?
Yeah.
I had the most relaxed birthday day that I've had in years. Because usually I do something really big on the actual day, but because it was a Monday, I kind of did more of the activity stuff on the weekends. And then my actual birthday, just got a massage and went out to dinner. So it was very chill.
Oh, I love that. I saw the like massage.
Yeah.
What was it like there was an outdoor shower and looked very zen.
Yeah. Everywhere you go, like all the spas here and all the restaurants and all the everything, it's all open air. So you're not inside buildings or anything. You're outside, you're in the rainforest, you're getting that fresh air all the time, which is really interesting and fun, but it can be really hot.
Yeah. I was going to say, what is the weather like?
The weather's pretty good. It's not very extreme. It's just been pretty consistently like in the 80s, I would say. Kind of humid depending on where you are. The day we got here was kind of cold and rainy. And that's kind of what I thought it was going to be like, but it's been pretty level since then, which is good. We'll get occasional rain showers randomly, but not too
Nothing
bad.
Crazy.
Yeah, their rainy season is our summer. So the busy season actually ends in April here. So May is kind of their shoulder season, which we always talk about in Europe. You always want to go travel in the shoulder season too, like May and September in Europe. But here it's kind of the opposite season, sort of.
Yeah.
So their really nice weather is over our winter. Yeah, traveling in May is right on the cusp of it. And it's been nice. I mean, it hasn't been crowded at all. Like the restaurants have been so quiet. And we're like, why is nobody here? But it's just not busy, I guess, this month.
Yeah.
So
I feel like when you travel during off season, I feel like you do get more of a sense of like what life is actually like.
Totally. Yeah.
how the locals are living, because you don't have all the tourists like in your field of vision. Like you can just see how life is functioning, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool to travel places in the off season. Like when we went to Ireland in like February, it was so nobody was around. The weather was really crappy, but also manageable enough to where you could really enjoy it. And it was still like the fields were still so green. I was like, wow, I can't believe that it's still this beautiful in the worst quote unquote month of the year.
Right.
And then there's places though like Greece where I would not want to travel during the off season because everything's just closed because it's seasonal, you know. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. Like as long as things are still operating and running, it's great to go in off season because even if it's windy or rainy, like you can work with that. But if they just don't operate at all, it's not really worth your while. So
which
a lot
is
to think
why
about. I love shoulder season.
To have travel guides.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Is that a plug?
It's a plug and a segue because a little bird told me that you have a new travel guide coming out.
I do.
Tomorrow? Question mark?
Tomorrow's, but by the time this episode is released, it will be fully on the website. But I am releasing the Greece travel guide, your bucket list guide to Greece. I'm so excited about it. And
I'm very excited.
It's 30-page guide, all intensive of Greece. I went over just the portion we went to, obviously, because Greece has over 200 islands that are inhabited. So who knew?
Which is crazy. I didn't know that until I was watching your story and I was like, for real? And then I Googled it, not because I didn't believe you, but because I was like, where do they even, like, I wanted to see where they were. And I was like, nobody talks about most of these. Like, I've never even heard of most of them.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of them, of course, are people just living there. But the even the ones that are more tourist friendly and that welcome visitors, there's so many. Like you could travel to the Greek islands multiple times and have a different trip every time, even if you're island hopping the whole time. So the guide that I'm releasing is about Paros, Naxos, Santorini, Mykonos, and Athens, which 3 out of those 5 are pretty mainstream locations. Paros and Naxos are quieter, but I noticed I like the quiet islands even more than the mainstream ones. I do love the mainstream ones. They're fun, but I like the relaxed pace. So it's cool to share some findings from that and all the hidden gems there. But if you're daydreaming of Greece, thinking about Greece, or planning a trip there for real, definitely grab the guide because I poured my little heart into it. I'm giving you everything I know, and it's color coded. You're gonna love that.
Oh my God, I'm just like want it for fun. I have a friend that just went with her husband, and I was like, but it's okay.
Man. I know and I mean, I just love getting recommendations from people that I know who went because it just makes your trip so much better. Because if they're still talking about it and they still remember it, that means it was worth going to. And that's like the whole niche I try to target with these guides is I want to give you stuff that I remember and that was worth doing. So you're not just like randomly picking things that could be hit or miss, you know, everything I put in there, we enjoyed and we remember and we still talk about to this day. I'll put the link in the show notes if you want to check it out.
Yay. What do you think, Rosie?
She's going to Greece.
She is. She's packing her little bag. She's like 12 pounds. She is.
Oh, yeah, she's tiny.
She is a little chicken nugget.
Kristen's dog sitting right now with
4.
How many dogs? 4 dogs?
So I make this joke that we're running a zoo for domesticated animals because sometimes I'm just like, everyone is chaos. There are 3 dogs and a cat. The 2 golden retrievers I've been watching, and the cat who is like, she and Rosie are not vibing at the moment. We tried to like force it a little, like, you must be friends. And then Molly was like, I'm good, thanks. So Rosie's just never met a cat. So she's like, I don't know what you are. I don't know why you don't want to play with me. Like, you're my size, but you're just kind of lurking. So, what's that about?
I always joke that Penny is a dog that was raised by cats because she like doesn't really know how to handle other dogs because like in her home she's with 2 cats. So it's so funny to see a demeanor of a dog who lives with cats versus like a dog who lives with dogs. It's like very different.
She's the queen bee.
Yeah.
Hence the queen bee. Yeah, this one, she's definitely gotten used to the dogs. Like they're all getting along great. They're all running around and playing together and napping together. And
Yeah.
she steals all their, this is not her toy. She just steals all their toys and they just look at her like, okay, we're not allowed to steal your toys, but you're allowed to steal.
That's so
But
funny.
her little teeth inflict a lot less damage. So it's been
Cool.
good. It's been fun. It's been a learning experience for sure. Just I think they're all gonna miss each other a lot. Like Rosie's
Yeah.
gonna go to a home where she's the only animal I think she's gonna miss. Like I call them her cousins. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like referring to this experience as summer camp for her. Because it basically is. But yeah, I mean it's like 3 weeks, so she's
Oh,
definitely
that's a
like
long
getting to
time.
it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I'm
Aw,
gonna put in a petition for some joint custody, I think. I
it's
think
fun.
we're gonna need some like sleepovers with Auntie Kristen every once in a while.
She's just so cute. You can't resist, you know.
I know.
Aw.
But yeah, that's been going on. Buffalo's starting to like it's starting to be good here. It's definitely
Oh,
it was like
yay.
chilly today, but the sun was still shining. Everything is like the leaves are all they're all out, Jess. They did the thing.
Yay. Okay,
The
good.
flowers, everything's in bloom, everything is beautiful. And like, I love the energy of the people that live here
I
so
know.
much because,
So
like, in
nice.
Florida, we take good weather for granted because it's nice all year round. But here, people just get so excited. And,
They like
um,
run to the parks. They bring the
yes,
whole family and they're out,
yes,
and it's so cute.
yes, we're just like we were walking to get coffee the other evening and just people are out on like the parks in the city just like having picnics, walking their dogs. We were like so many people are running and biking and just like going for walks, going to get ice cream, just like all of those kind of nostalgic summer activities. All the restaurant patios are open and people are so excited for patio season
I
because
love patio season.
patio season is the best. It's been great. This weekend is supposed to be beautiful, so I'm very much looking forward to that. We're doing like a Memorial Day cookout this weekend with some friends of Anthony's. So it's just going to be very like quintessential nostalgic summertime. Because again, in Orlando, like when summer hits, people tend to go indoors more. And aside from like pool days or beach days, there isn't a whole lot that reminds me of like my childhood summer times there.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy being here in the summer because it's just like going to the old like ice cream place that you went to when you were a
Mhm.
kid. And but Anthony and I were talking the other evening about like what to you is like Buffalo summer quintessentially and like going through all of our like favorite things. I was talking about Connor's.
I was gonna say Connor's hot dogs
Yeah.
for me is like Connor's and a beach day and
Hmm.
Tasty Freeze. Well, now Nick
Yes.
Labs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my vision of a summer day in
Hmm.
Buffalo.
Yeah. Like how many of those did we have where we did all three? Hey, what
Yeah.
are we barking
She's like, me too.
No, she got to go to Charlotte's the other evening and she got a free pup cup because she's so cute
Yay.
and she enjoyed it very much. They like make these, it's almost like a waffle bowl,
Yeah.
but it's like a dog treat. It's
Oh,
made out of like dog treat. It's like peanut butter and something or whatever. And then they put like the vanilla custard in it. And so she gets to like eat the bowl when she's
that's so cute.
Hola.
Steven's
Hi,
here.
Steven.
Leave it to Steven to get an ear infection in Costa Rica.
Poor
No, no
Steven.
No.
bueno.
Oh no. Did you go to the urgent care?
I did.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, if I was gonna get shot, stabbed, or robbed, I
oh,
would have been in
good.
the neighborhood. Oh my God. It was like, this is some interesting place to be. But anyways, at this hour, I'm
Well,
gonna go get our laundry. Did
okay.
they fix the air conditioning?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ask. I'll be right back. Sorry to
Bye.
interrupt.
No, you're
I'll
good.
let you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We haven't had a guest appearance from Steven in over a year
No.
and a half on the
Well, I
pod.
know.
That was a very real moment of
Yeah.
my life, if you wanted a peek into it. It's
Poor
us figuring
Steven.
out our random stuff. I know. Well, we were at dinner just before we recorded this, and because I haven't really seen him all day because we were working, and he was like, hey, like, I don't want to alarm you, but I had so much pain in my ear last night. And I'm like, Oh my God. Like, cause Stephen is very chill. Like he is not, because me with all my health stuff, I'm always complaining about something. When he complains about something, I'm like, oh shoot, he's like he's serious. Like something's.
That's how Anthony and I are too.
I know. Yeah. So I was like, oh, something's going on. So he went to an urgent care and I found one. I was like, oh, this is great. But apparently the neighborhood was not so great. So
hey, he survived.
So glad he's safe.
That's what matters.
I feel bad that he went by himself, but anyways, so
for the record, if you need to reschedule a recording because Stephen is at the urgent care, that's a completely valid reason.
Well, it's fine. I didn't know it wasn't far. It was like a 5-minute walk or 8-minute walk. So he's like, I'm good. He's an only child. He's very independent.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, anyway. I hope it'll clear up. I mean, if he's got like an antibiotic or something, hopefully it'll clear up soon.
Yeah. So
Rosie has ear problems too. We have to do ear drops every morning.
Oh, Rosie.
Because she has these like floppy ears, and so it always is like this, and like stuff gets in there, and then she's like always like batting at it. I don't know what's in there.
Poor Rosie. Speaking of pets with health issues, Tig had a bit of a health scare too. Did I get to tell? I don't think I've told you about that yet. But Tig had surgery on May 3rd, I think, because he was having some gum issues. I don't know if you remember in January, we had to take him to the emergency vet when we were.
Yeah. When you were watching him. Yeah.
Yeah. When my parents were in Florida. So he had some sort of infection in his tooth, and he got his tooth taken out that night because it was really bad. He needed like another surgery. So he got a surgery May 3rd, and he came home from it, and he like was okay the first day, was fine. And then the second day he just kind of like wilted, and my mom, like, she was like, he's not doing well. And they brought him back to the hospital, and he had to stay for like 3 or 4 days.
No.
He just wasn't doing well, and the infection was still so bad they actually had to give him a second surgery to clean it out. It's so hard because he's 15 years old, and we're like, what do we do? Like, is this like gonna actually work? Because he's already so old,
right?
And this is the week of leading up to my birthday. I'm like crying every day about my cat because they've been around since I was in 8th grade, you know, and they're cats, like they're pretty chill. But I think the past few years since COVID, and I've been more in Buffalo, I have grown so attached to these cats, but especially Tig. He is like, well, because when Steven and I pet sit, Steven takes care of Penny and I take care of the cats. And Tig Tig's like a dog. Like, he's always around. He's so cute. He has to get his little like insulin shots every day. So I'm very attentive to him. So I was just like, I was so sad. I was like, I don't know if he's going to make it. Like, am I ever going to see him again? I still don't officially know. But after the second surgery, he's come home and he's been acting more like himself. He's just not eating as much. He's being a little skinny legend right now, which we're trying to get him back to his normal weight. But I'm just hoping he can make it. My mom's like, he has 9 lives. I'm like, he really does.
Oh my God. If anyone can pray a cat into living longer, it is your mother. Like,
I know. I really think she did. I think it's my birthday present. So everyone say some extra prayers for Tig that he can heal up. I think, you know, he's doing pretty good. Like, compared to what we thought 2 weeks ago, he really is like turned around. Even my dad always is making jokes about how high maintenance like the insulin is and whatever, because you know, he has to be there at 7 a.m., 7 p.m. But like, he's like, I have a lot of respect for this cat now. I'm like, he's the best cat. But I really just want to hold him again because he's my little baby.
Oh, it's so hard.
I know. Oh my God.
Ginger was so set in. I don't even think I've ever actually talked about this, but Ginger, it was like the day after my birthday. And then like, it was that day. Like she just took a turn, and then it was just like over, which I guess is a good thing. Like, it's kind of a blessing.
So she wasn't suffering.
I mean, she was in a lot of pain at the end, but not for very long. Yeah. So I didn't get to be there because it happened so quickly, and I was in Orlando, and I was like, I can't get there. But it was horrible. And I was like, It was literally the next day. I was like, well, maybe she didn't want to ruin my birthday.
She literally,
I don't know.
I think she did.
I don't know.
I know.
She's just was like, it's already Gemini season. I'll be chaotic.
Oh my God.
But she was a golden doodle, like an 80-pound golden doodle who lived to be 14, almost 15 years old. Like,
and
that is
really impressive.
unheard of.
Yeah. Well, she was the best dog. She's so sweet.
And I think it's like Tig and Tink, it's like everyone got to know her, like all of my friends from high school. And like we got Ginger when I was 13 years old, something like that. Like before high school. And so we had her all those years, and everyone, just got to know and love her. Like my friends from Disney who would like come home and like visit, whatever. Everyone. And so I'm grateful that when my parents went out of town on their vacation last year, I went up and I stayed at their house and I was with her, and like Bonnie came to visit and bonded over the years. And so she came to stay and like, get her like pup cups and just play with her, like lay around with her. I mean, she was older, so she wasn't exactly like running around anymore, but I'm glad I got like all of those memories, because not very long afterward, but we love Rosie, but no one will ever be Ginge.
I know.
She is just.
I know. She was the best.
You can't replace a pet. Like, it's just a different pet.
Oh my God, there's so much going on. Oh, hold on.
Don't be. It's the new chaotic it's Gemini season rediscover, Steven.
I know, exactly.
All the Geminis are welcome.
It's just not really.
1 sec. Our air conditioner is getting looked at.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
So I don't know if I should like go outside.
I'm done in a minute.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Five.
We'll just take 5. We're just gonna chill.
Chilling.
We need like.
Are you guys actually recording?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay. We've been recording this whole time.
Like talking.
No, we're just.
That's fair.
Past the animals and our sick animals.
Okay, just keep this unfiltered, unedited.
I know.
Right.
So
That's what
it's
I'm
actually
saying.
really real. Like this is
Gemini season.
Gemini
kids.
season episode.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's so funny.
Hey, I have an ear infection. Hey, here's laundry. Hey, like we're fixing our air conditioning. Like, what else is gonna happen?
I know. Seriously.
Totally fine. This is my life.
Yeah.
Imagine existing like this all the time.
I know. This is what it's like.
It's me. I can use this interlude to tell you about my Parent Trap shirt.
Please do, because I actually ordered a shirt like that on Etsy a few years ago, and the print was just terrible. So I need to know where you got yours, because it looks much
Amazon.
better. Okay.
I guess Bonnie said she ordered one from Etsy, but I don't know if she got it yet. So hopefully it's not that one. But
yeah, it was really not good
basically,
quality.
So like laying in bed very late, like one night last week, and my friend Chip sends me a TikTok, and it is like basically just a guy wearing the shirt, and then it was like the whole scene where she's like, how old are you? I'm 26 or whatever Meredith is, like some age that feels,
can you believe,
just so young now. And at the time I was like, oh wow, so sophisticated, 26 years old.
That is so insane to me, because she looks like 36. Like she looks very mature.
Well, I think people looked older when they were younger then too.
Yeah,
like I really think the more time goes on, like the younger people look for longer. Also, we're hacking the aging thing just left, right, and center. We're just drinking all the water.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we look really young.
Yeah, I think we look great.
Anyway,
there was like an Amazon link, there must have been, or something, and I immediately was like, oh my God, I need to order this immediately. I woke Anthony up out of a dead sleep. I need to order something on Amazon. Order it right away. It came in like 2 days. Like I didn't think this would count as like a Prime thing, but apparently it did. And I immediately put it on. It's great. It like has the whole thing. It says Parker Knoll, Chardonnay, Napa Valley.
Yeah.
1993, which I'm not a Chardonnay girl at all, but like
they are.
That's not the point. Yes.
We'll need to get the link for the show notes on that.
Yes. I will find it in Anthony's Amazon order.
Yeah. And mostly because I need to order a new one that's actually.
You do.
I might go down to the co-work. Yeah. I'm gonna go down to the co-work.
You gotta go check out the co-work.
We're gonna go to the
I'm so excited.
Downstairs.
Let's go.
So
field trip.
See you later.
Bye, ladies. Bye. You gotta.
Yeah. We're gonna go for a walk.
This is literally like, if this was gonna happen any episode, it would be the Gemini season episode.
I'm so unsurprised. So like this, where you're staying right now, what is the
So we're staying at a
setup?
hostel.
Okay.
And so because, Steven and I are working and we're sharing a room, we get a private room, but they have bunks and stuff. So people can kind of like stay all together and stay really cheap, or they have private rooms. They have like a whole variety of things. So there's like the restaurant over there, and then there's like a kitchen area over here.
Oh, wow.
So people like can cook and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's a co-work area, which is where we're going to work during the days.
This episode
could not be more chaotic. So we're Zooming, of course, and the Zoom meeting from the last portion is stuck on 34%. So we might be losing some of this episode, which is fun. And then Rosie just is having her own issues right now as well.
Yep. I think it's a tick.
So maybe this isn't meant to be our most inspirational rediscover episode.
No, but it's real life, guys.
This is real life Gemini season. And
it's real.
Take a shot every time we say Gemini season in this episode.
Yeah, honestly, because it's Gemini season. So please, why not?
Oh
I'm drinking coffee at 10 p.m. Everything's chaos. She just wants to go to sleep, but I'm like, girlfriend, I gotta figure out what's going on.
Yeah, we gotta get that taken care of.
Oh my God. Ticks are literally my nightmare. Ticks and mold are like the two scariest things in the world.
Yeah, because if you get mold illness or Lyme disease, you are literally, don't want to scare anyone, but you're kind of screwed for a while.
She can't get Lyme disease.
Well, the good thing, I feel like the good thing with dogs is they do have like tick medicine, and like I hope there's some options.
I just need to get it out and know that I got it all out, but I also don't know that like something didn't happen while it's been in there, like I feel like she needs to go to like be seen. Anyway, I mean,
we would have never made an episode like this.
No, we would not have. We would have been like, we cannot release this. I mean, if you want to like between now and June 6th, like record something additional, we totally can. But
I'm gonna go through our footage and see what we've got. And honestly, I think we've got an episode here, so I think we will be good. What is our like intention for the next month, I guess? How do we embrace chaos?
I think that's it. I think you just have to embrace the chaos. I think fighting it doesn't make the situation less chaotic. It just makes it harder to handle. This is happening. What was the next right thing to do?
Yeah.
What can I do now? Like, this is what's going on. How you react doesn't make the situation change. It doesn't make it go away. It can make it harder, but it can also make it a little easier to kind of navigate. So
because we have control over the external factors, but we have control over our internal response. That's the cool thing, is we can be surrounded by craziness, but we can respond in a way that is grounded and level-headed, and we can choose our own energy.
She's just licking my arm. She's like, please let me sleep. I can't. There's literally a parasite burrowing into your skin. Nightmare.
Don't worry, we're not just irresponsibly recording. Kristen has to wait till Anthony gets home in like 10 minutes.
Yes. Because I am not going through this alone if I don't have to. He's like, okay, I'm gonna come home and we're gonna figure it out. I'm like, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We had to do that for Tig when we watched him for my parents. There's always something. Like the parents go out of town and the pets go crazy.
I just want to get the tick out, give her a drug. I don't care. Just make it better.
Yeah, seriously.
Just make it better. But this really does like put things into perspective, because we're sitting here talking about to-do lists and tasks to accomplish, and then like this happens and I'm like, you know what? None of that fucking matters.
I know. Isn't it funny?
It doesn't.
I love seeing those videos that are always like, I'm just sitting here sending my silly little emails, doing my little work exchange to make money. Like it's not deep. Like things just aren't that deep.
What's most important right now is that Rosie is okay.
Yeah. The whole thing is like, we just need to make sure like we're taken care of, our loved ones are taken care of, and that's all you can really do.
Yeah.
Or even people that you don't know that are in your immediate proximity that you can help. We just gotta take care of each other.
And like, honestly, why do ticks exist?
I know. because like no one wants Lyme disease.
No, and there are like 3 people in my life that have Lyme disease, and it is terrifying, and I am so scared. And
yeah, that's what they thought I had when I had mold, because the symptoms are so similar, and it's just so debilitating.
Just lately, like it rained and it's been like damp, but like getting warm. It's like prime tick environment right now.
Yeah.
Y'all be careful. Check yourself for ticks. If you go hiking, wear long pants, even if the weather's warm.
That's nice.
But yeah, check each other for ticks. Check your scalp. I once had one as a child.
No.
Because we went camping a lot when I was a kid. There was one like in my scalp, and it was like burrowing into my head. And my mom is a nurse, so like having her around means I fear nothing. She like got extracted it, and I was fine. Like nothing happened. But yeah, it was like burrowing into my scalp, and I was like, I was like 8 years old, so I was like, okay, this is weird, but I wasn't scared. I'm hoping that's the case with this one.
Yeah, me too. So we've never wrapped up a rediscover episode with a low-key emergency.
With a cliffhanger. Guys, I promise I'll let you know how this turns out. Oh, on a more positive note, really quickly, I went to see the new Little Mermaid movie.
Yes, I did want to talk about this.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, obviously, so no spoilers, but...
No spoilers. I mean, you know the story. She's a mermaid. She falls in love with a human. Plot twist. So Anthony messages me like yesterday, I don't know, late afternoon, early evening, with like a screenshot of this like Fandango thing, and it's like an early screening because the movie doesn't come out for 2 more days, or it comes out like tomorrow. And I was like, what is this? He's like, I don't know, it's an early screening. Do you want to go? I was like, obviously. So we just kind of like spontaneously went. It was actually our first movie date. We have never gone to the movies together, which is like we've been together over a year. And I was like, it's kind of fitting that like the first movie we go to together is Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's perfect.
The movie ended and he was like, I feel so cool. I was like, why? He's like, because I just watched Little Mermaid with the Little Mermaid.
Oh my God.
It's like, okay. But it was cute. It was really beautiful. I think like I have a couple little criticisms that I won't share here because spoilers, but I think overall, like Halle Bailey has an incredible voice.
She is ethereal.
Very ethereal. And Melissa McCarthy as Ursula was great.
I forgot she was Ursula. I'm so excited.
It was just beautiful. They kind of changed the setting. Like it's not obviously Denmark in the original animated film, obviously, but like it's set in the Caribbean in this one, which I think makes a lot more sense actually. And like,
well, because Sebastian has a Jamaican accent.
Oh, and David Diggs as Sebastian was fantastic. Scuttle has a new song that is honestly awesome.
You probably loved that.
I keep singing like the chorus of it. It was great. I was so excited. I was like beaming the entire time. I felt like Scuttle was like well represented, which is good because it's very important to me. But yeah, I felt like the Caribbean thing made a lot of sense. Like the vibrancy of that culture was like reflected in the whole like under the sea thing. Like I felt like they really, parried each other well. I think it was really, really well done.
That's really cool.
They stayed true to the original story. Like they kept actually like a lot of like the lines from the original, like a lot of the writing, but they kind of gave Eric more personality than he got in the original, which
that's cool.
They totally gave Eric the personality that like I always gave him, and I really felt validated in that like interpretation of him because I think his character was really well portrayed. Yeah, it was just really beautiful. I think it's absolutely worth going to. I think it's totally an all ages film, and there were some like kind of on the nose things that they touched on that I think were pertinent to the story, but also like very of the moment.
I saw on TikTok that they changed the lyrics to Kiss the Girl that are more focused on like having consent instead of just like.
Yeah, that was happening. And I leaned over to Anthony. I was like, well, we changed that. We baby, it's cold outside in that one.
And I really actually liked one of the lines that just like with the melody that they did and like the words they chose. I was like, oh, I really like the sound of that. Like it was a cool change. So
yeah, they were really intentional changes. And I felt like, again, they didn't compromise like the integrity of the story or the beauty of the original music or anything. Like they kept all of that really intact. But it's funny that Kiss the Girl moment happened and I was like, I have never thought of that way.
Yeah.
Because what it actually means is like, she's not going to get her voice back until you kiss her. She can't get her voice back until you kiss her because of the spell. That's what it actually means, but it gets misinterpreted.
Right. How do you think it ranks in the live action Disney movies overall?
I was thinking about this and it's so hard.
Cinderella is the standard, right? As the
Cinderella is still the best.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I'm glad we're all in agreement on that.
We started with the best and then we've been waiting for something else.
This was really beautiful. I think I'd have to see it again to like be able to logistically rank it. I mean, the cast was so phenomenal, but the cast of Beauty and the Beast was also phenomenal. My biggest gripe with that was that like Emma Watson can't sing. Like she
and we love Hermione.
And I love like Hermione is my Enneagram 1 queen, but yeah, I love Emma Watson. I have loved her forever and ever. I think like her portrayal of Belle was definitely criticized by some people who thought she like made it too much of like a feminist platform. I personally loved that. I think Belle is a feminist. I don't think we should be downplaying that aspect of her, but at the same time, like Paige O'Hara's voice is just synonymous with a Disney princess to me. And I really wanted someone to be able to capture that. And I think like Emma Watson was a good choice otherwise, but I think overall I was like, okay. Like the rest of this cast is freaking stellar. But that said, I think it will rank really highly in the live action kind of hierarchy for a lot of people. But I think nothing's going to be Cinderella to me. Like, and I don't even have an implicit bias toward that film.
I know. I feel like it's going to probably be like second or third place for me. I don't even know what my second place is right now with live action because it's just like Cinderella and that's it.
Yeah, it literally is. And all the other ones are like good, but not amazing. But again, like, I went in trying to like manage my expectations, but I also like, for me, it's the love of the story, the love of the character, the love of the fact that like it's so timeless and so relevant to this generation as it is to our generation, as it is to the one above us, that they felt it was a story worth retelling. Like that is high praise. That's such a compliment. So I hope it will help people to see Ariel a little differently because there's definitely a lot of stigma around her. People take a lot of issue with her, and you know, there would be a lot of like, you gave up your voice for a man or to get legs. I'm like, no, it was to have an adventure. It was to experience something new. It's the same thing every human being desires. It wasn't, you know, I think I've said it before, but it's the lyric nuance. It's the part of that world, not part of your world, that she sings first. And she sings it in this film the same way. And I think they tried to make that even more poignant in this one as well. So I'm hoping that this film kind of helps to like eradicate some of that because she deserves so much more than just like, oh, it's the cute mermaid.
I think one of my favorite things is hearing Kristen defend Ariel and Belle. Like your arguments and your points are just so poignant and so like precisely accurate, and that I just wish everybody could hear them because I think that these characters just deserve more respect because their stories have these messages in them and they're interpreted in so many ways, but I think the way that you have been able to really interpret them is so clear and it resonates.
I mean, she's always been my favorite. We know this. I saw a TikTok or a reel, I'm not sure what it was, and it was like, it was a clip from the Ellen show, and she was interviewing Keira Knightley, who was talking about all the Disney movies she's banned her daughter from watching.
Oh yeah,
she was like, Cinderella, obviously. She waits around for a man like to rescue her, rescue yourself, obviously. And everyone's like clapping and cheering. And then she's like, Little Mermaid, what's up with that? Give up your voice for a man? Absolutely not. Don't give up your voice for anyone. And it's just like these, like, you're just missing the point. You're not hearing her. And then it cuts to a clip of Jodie Benson and then also of Eileen Woods, who was the original voice of Cinderella. And they're defending the characters. And Eileen Woods is like, Cinderella didn't ask to meet the prince. She wanted a night off. She wanted to go to the ball. And for someone who lived the way that she lived, that was a dream, you know, to be able to put on a beautiful gown and have an evening of just like bliss and revelry and no obligations, just to have fun. That's what she wanted. The prince pursued her, you know? And then Jodie Benson was like literally saying what I've always said. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're both dying on this hill together. She was like, if you feel that way, you obviously missed the first 15 minutes of the film. She sings that she wants to be part of that world. She is defending all of humanity to her father because she's curious about the place that they live. She wants to experience that world, that life. All of these things that she collects are just like little wishes. Like, I wonder what this is for. I want to find out. I wonder what they know. Like, I want to ask all these questions. I want to know more. She's just trying to enrich her life.
Yeah.
And who can fault anyone for that, you know, for wanting more than what they've been born into or what someone else's expectations of them are. I mean, I think we've all experienced that in one way or another. And so I think this film does a really good job of capturing the integrity of Ariel and focusing on that. And they do touch on some environmental things as well. Like there's a moment where Ariel's sisters are talking about like how the humans just like pollute their waters and things like that. And I was like, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Because it's a way to reach that younger generation. Like, oh my gosh, we're destroying Ariel's home.
Yeah.
We can't do that. And it gives them like kind of a characterization of that thing. Yeah, it's really good. It was, I think, as far as like, is this a film I would want my kids to see? Absolutely. I think that's the most important thing, right? Like, is this a story we want to pass on? And I think that it is. So I'm going to get down off my soapbox now.
No, I love that. And I think it kind of shows that there isn't this stark right or wrong quick judgment to make. Like we need to understand on a full, deep, fully encapsulating level before we pass a judgment on a person or on a story or on groups of people or whatever it is. There's always more to this story. And I think that that's such a good example of it because we can always just learn more and be open to learning more and be open to expanding.
And we can't always assume that someone's intentions are bad, right? We have another guest.
Oh my gosh.
Is she peeing?
No, not yet.
Okay. She might be okay.
Yep, she is peeing.
Oh, she is peeing.
Dripping pee on me.
Okay, good. She's peeing on Anthony currently. She has 6-month-old bladder control, so a brief moment from Anthony, but we'll have him on another time when we don't need to go to the emergency vet at 11 p.m.
Exactly. Well, we'll wrap it up here. I think that was a great place to stop. Love getting your thoughts on Little Mermaid because that just needed to be documented and it's super fresh. So I'm glad we internalized this moment in time. Thank you all for joining us today on Rediscover and for sticking it out in this episode. If you made it this long, you're a real one because
I was just going to say that you're a real one. This was wild and chaotic, but it's 11/11. Make a wish that the rest of Gemini season is not chaotic, but lovely, as we Geminis can be at times. At times.
I love Geminis. I have to say, I have like 6 or 8 in my life, and they just.
You like welcome the chaos and then you help ground us all.
That might be it. Like maybe I'm like a transmuter of the chaotic energy, but sometimes I am chaotic too. So I don't know.
Happens to the best of us.
Double earth sign over here. I think y'all just gravitate to
double air. Oh, she's back.
But
embrace the chaos, everyone.
Yes. Have a wonderful June. I know a lot of people are wrapping up school this month, so enjoy that as summer approaches. Enjoy all of your summer activities. Get ready for your travel plans. Again, I have my ebook links in the show notes. The Greece one is out now. I also have a Scotland one and a Paris one. Hopefully another one soon too. But
from me and Ollie and Rosie and Anthony and Cooper and Molly to you.
And Jess and Jess.
And Steven.
And Steven, who's not
Steven's
here.
Ear infection.
And Steven's ear infection. Have a happy Gemini season.
Have a great June.
Happy June. And this was an episode.
This was a thing that happened.
We'll talk to you guys next month.
Bye.
Outro, take 1. Thank you for joining us. Oh, hold on.
Outro, take 2.
Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Rediscover.
If you haven't already subscribed, hit that button and join the Rediscover fam.
Come back on the first Tuesday of every month for brand new episodes.
If you're like us and you have opinions about everything, leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. Your positivity inspires our creativity, and we love hearing from you.
Follow us on Instagram at JessicaFaye508 and positively.Kristen.
And check out Jess's blog at theroadjesstraveled with 1l.com.
Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye!